So I did a thing. I had a baby. What's up, Bargain family? I'm gonna share with you guys my labor and delivery story. But yep, baby. I'll give you guys her name in a few. She's here. She's doing good. She came a bit early. She's considered premature, but I think she's actually a good weight for being premature. She's 6 pounds and 5 ounces, and she's just doing good. Her newborn clothes don't necessarily fit her quite yet, but she's just kind of swimming in them just a little bit. So I'm gonna put her down for this video just because it does take a lot for me to hold her right now. But yeah, here she is. So this is my labor and delivery story. Now, I really didn't update you guys this pregnancy other than telling you guys I was pregnant. And the main reason being is this pregnancy I was very, very sick, and I didn't want to update you guys in every update video. I'm like, I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick. I ended up getting hyperemesis, which is severe morning sickness that pretty much lasts all throughout your pregnancy. For some women, they get lucky and it ends like around the 2nd trimester, and for some women, it goes into the 3rd trimester. I was on medication for it. It really helped with the nausea and the vomiting until I got to the 3rd trimester, where it was no longer helping with the vomiting. And I think the reason being is I also had really bad acid reflux, like terrible acid reflux. Jeez, I look like I was gonna vomit right there. That was a little burp. Anyways, terrible acid reflux. With Cooper, I had some, but it was nothing bad. This time around, it was horrible, and I think the combination of the acid reflux and then like the hyperemesis just made it really bad for me. So the 3rd trimester, I was just like vomiting every single day, really nauseous. So that was a lot to deal with, the acid reflux and the hyperemesis. And then I ended up getting cholestasis again. I had it with my son, and basically what it is there is a buildup of bile acid in your blood. The main symptom for the mom is severe itching. Does not go away with anti-itch lotions, allergy pills, Benadryl, taking an oatmeal bath. It does not go away. And the itch is coming from within your skin, or it's from the blood, not on top of your skin. It's nothing external. So that's why those things are not really going to help. So if you have severe itching and you're pregnant, talk to your doctor, have your blood drawn, and get your bile acids tested. So I got, like I said, diagnosed with cholestasis again, which means I had to deliver my daughter early. With my son, I delivered him at 37 weeks and 2 days, and then with my daughter at 36 weeks and 5 days. And when you deliver, there's different things that come into play, whether like how bad your bile acids were leading up to when you deliver, maybe if there's a certain doctor you want. But for most women who get diagnosed with cholestasis, you are going to be delivered before 38 weeks. And that's because after 38 weeks, the bile acids really skyrocket and they can cause stillbirth, because what happens is the acid eats away at the placenta, and that could cause stillbirth. So most hospitals, when somebody is diagnosed with cholestasis, they deliver before 38 weeks. So I did a scheduled C-section with my daughter. With my son, I labored for 40 hours. They did everything they could to get me to dilate, and I only dilated to 2.5 centimeters, and then my son started to go into distress. So I ended up having a C-section with him, and in that during that C-section, I was so drugged out. I was crying because it was just like all happening, and it was just so much that I was not present for his C-section at all. I was just crying completely out of it. This time around, I did not want to go into this and have the same experience. They said that I could try for a VBAC if coming closer to the date I had dilated, but I didn't dilate. I didn't dilate again. So I did the scheduled C-section. And this time around, it was a little bit different because I wasn't as out of it. So I could hear the doctors talking. I had my daughter on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, and I could hear them talking like, oh, are you gonna go get tacos after this? And then the other doctor was like, I don't know, every place is gonna be packed. So I could hear like quite a lot going on. I could hear also them talking like, this vessel's bleeding. And then anytime I could hear anything medical, I was telling Matt, just talk. And he was just like, so how do you think the weather is outside? But I just needed anything to get my mind off of like some of the stuff that I could hear. In terms of pain, I would say it was a little bit more painful because, again, I was aware of what was happening, and it wasn't even pain. It was just more like I can feel like some of the tools that they were using. I could feel a little bit more of the tugging but it wasn't like I was screaming in agony and in pain. Also, what was a little bit different is with Cooper, he was born during COVID, so there was like social distancing. They put a freaking mask on my face as I'm crying during the C-section, and I couldn't even breathe. This time around, I didn't have a mask on, and they showed us my daughter. With Cooper, they didn't show us him. Matt like got to walk back where he was after the fact, but as soon as she came out, they like put down the curtain and we could see her, and I started crying immediately. With Cooper, like I said, it was all very, very different. And then in terms of recovery, I would say this hurts a little bit more, but it's not anything crazy different, just a little bit more. And I think it's because, or I know it's because I have scar tissue. So now I have scar tissue that needs to heal because of the previous C-section. So it was a really good experience. It wasn't as hectic, and I knew that the baby was coming soon versus 40 hours of I don't know what's happening. So for me, it worked for me. I can't stand when people get mad at people for choosing a C-section. Like, let people deliver the way they want to. It's their body, it's their baby, and they know what's best for themselves and their baby. And for us, it worked out perfectly. So anyways, like I said, on May 5th at 12:32 p.m. At 6.5 ounces and 20 inches, Noelle was born. I love her name, Noelle. I have always loved the name Noelle, and people kept asking, like, what's the name going to be? What's the name going to be? And I kept telling everybody who would ask. If you paid attention, I have said this name before, because when I had Cooper, I kept saying that if I had a girl, I would name her Noelle, and I love that name. Matt, he wasn't like totally in on Noelle, but it's the name that I wanted. He's like, you're the one that really has a name that they want. You've always loved that name. You go with that name. So I just love the name. I also love, my dad was like, did you name her Noelle because you love Christmas so much? My favorite Christmas song is the first Noelle, but that's not why I named her Noelle. I just really, really love the name. And she's the sweetest, cutest little thing. So when she was inside of my womb, she barely moved, you guys, and it was just like her norm. I just, you know, you're gonna know your baby's norm and what they do. So she would move enough that I knew that she was okay, but she was nothing like Cooper. I would say around 17 weeks she moved so much, and I thought, oh my gosh, she's gonna move so much more than Cooper. No, she slowed down a lot, and what I would feel a lot from her is just kind of rolling and a little bit of pushing. I had a anterior placenta, so my placenta was in the front versus Cooper where it was toward the back, so that kind of acts like a cushion where you might not feel the baby kick as much. So point is, she would just kind of do this and a little bit of nudging. Sometimes I would get some kicks, but never anything really crazy with her. So when you have cholestasis, they make you do a lot of NSTs, which is stress tests, and my nurses would freak out a lot. They were like, you got to drink more water and eat a lollipop, and I was like, yeah, but this is like her normal. And then eventually she would start moving enough. And so my point being is, outside of the womb, that's exactly who she is. She just like kind of nudges. She does like this a little bit, but she's nothing like Cooper, where Cooper was like flipping inside of my womb and then he came out like flipping. Cooper rolled like on the second day of life. So it's pretty funny, and I wonder if like that kind of chilled out personality she has now will carry on as she gets older. And I would say Cooper is very like crazy. He's just a funny little dude. And speaking of Cooper, when Cooper met Noelle, he was so confused, didn't really want much to do with her. He was just like so confused why I was in a hospital bed not moving. He couldn't climb on top of me. Who is this baby crying? But yesterday was the first time he had like a real interaction with her. He was trying to give her one of his little fidget spinners, and then he's just started laughing at her, so I was able to catch some of that on camera. I know he's gonna warm up to her. He's still, you know, young. He's gonna be 3 in July. So he's still wrapping his mind around the fact that this baby isn't going anywhere. But I'm so blessed and thankful that Cooper has a sibling. I knew if I had a child, I at least want one more so that they could have a sibling, because I feel like I'm so blessed, you know, to have my sibling, and siblings are just like forever best friends. So I'm really excited about that. What else do I have to tell you guys? I don't know what else I have to tell you guys. Oh, if you guys want to see a updated nursery, let me know. I only have 2 bedrooms in my house because everybody keeps saying like, oh, I can't wait to see her nursery. She's not going to have her own. She's sharing with Cooper. Right now she's sleeping in our room, obviously, because if she sleeps with Cooper, she's going to wake him up all night. but then she'll eventually go into the same room as Cooper, and it's still Toy Story thing, but I did change things around. Cooper has a big boy bed now, she has a crib, we moved the furniture around, and then I did a little bit more like girl Toy Story character type of thing, just so I did something special for Noelle. And then we ended up getting her a dresser, but it's sitting outside of the room because the room is just so small. Our house is pretty small. I've told you guys it's like 900 something square feet, so they're sharing a room. But if you guys want to see an updated nursery tour, let me know. And then another thing is, hopefully I'll be able to put out some more DIYs eventually. I'm not going to say now. I do have like a video coming out next week where I'm going to be pregnant. It's a Five Below video. I'm pregnant in this video, but obviously I'm not pregnant now. But hopefully I'll be able to do some more DIYs, because filming when you're pregnant is hard, especially DIYs, because I have to stand a lot for that. It's more time consuming, a lot more energy and effort goes into it, versus a Come With Me where I'm just going inside of a store, talking about things, and then sharing with you guys how you can use those things. It's much easier to film that. But now that I'm no longer pregnant, after I heal up, I hope to be doing a bunch of DIYs for you guys. Speaking of, I'll show you guys where my bump lies right now. This. I don't really have a bump. What sucks though is I didn't get to take my maternity pictures. I got this like dress from Temu that I really wanted to wear in a maternity shoot, but what ended up happening is I just got so sick, and then with the scheduled C-section, it's not like you have a lot of time before you find out, or a lot of time before you know it's coming. When you get diagnosed with cholestasis, it's kind of like it just comes. So I only had 2 weeks notice, and then I got so sick, and I had just, time went away from me. But that kind of sucked. I don't have the bump for that shoot. Anyways, that is it. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm feeling hot. Like, I'm still like going through it, all like my hormones adjusting and all of that. Oh, and then another thing, you know what? I ended up going to the hospital. I went to the emergency room the day after I was discharged, you guys. So I had like excessive bleeding, and I was so confused because once I got discharged from the hospital, I wasn't bleeding, and then 24 hours later, like, I'm bleeding and I was passing blood clots. And I was like freaking out. Going into there, I was crying because I have a newborn at home, my toddler that I left alone for 3 days already. I just want to be home with my babies. And then what my doctors think, they don't, like, it turned out to be nothing bad. Like, they did the ultrasound, you know, checked me. What they think is because I was a scheduled C-section and I didn't dilate at all, that my cervix just realized, hey, there's no baby in here anymore, and it's like now shedding. So that's good. But oh my gosh, I went there and I was just like freaking out because I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me? What's happening to me? But thankfully, everything was good on that front. So yeah, things have been like crazy hectic here, but pray for me that I heal quickly. And I just want to thank you guys, because I know I'm going to get a bunch of congratulations comments on here, and just know that I am so very thankful for them. I know I'm not going to respond to all of them. I fall asleep, like, I'm probably going to sleep after this. I'm still very tired from everything, but just know that I am very thankful and I appreciate you guys. You guys have seen me get engaged, married, have a son, have a daughter, so we'll see what else the future holds for me. But thank you so much for always supporting my channel, supporting my family. Like, you guys make a difference. I've said it in my lives and my children's lives. You guys really do, and I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys. So I will see you guys soon. Like I said, a Five Below video. I'm going to be pregnant in that video. I do have a few more videos I filmed pregnant, but I don't know if they're going to go out. But hopefully I see you guys soon in a video where I am not pregnant anymore, and we're doing good. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.